How to write a love letter for Taylor Swift and why. If you have someone that is like Taylor Swift in your life, who either likes her music or has a similar vibe and you want to write a love letter, let's get into it, because the most important thing about a love letter is not who is writing it, it is who you're writing about. So, number one, looks. Which era in history does she look like she's from? I think that's, if you're writing for someone who's like Taylor Swift, there is a huge interest in time periods and chunking off life into time periods and where what is from. It's also such a cute compliment, like your face is from the medieval ages and your body is from the 2010s, whatever, and you can explain it, you should not put a comparison. Very rarely should you put an actual physical comparison, like, oh, you look like Marilyn Monroe. Even someone like Marilyn Monroe, there's something weird about an actual human comparison because it sticks with you and it doesn't feel like a compliment for the most part. So that's why you want to compare it to eras in time. Are you from the romantic era? Are you from this era? Where does she look like she's from? If you can't think of historical eras and if she has zero interest in history at all, then maybe think of a country. Like if you weren't actually from there, I think you'd be from, and kind of have the cultural look of this country or city. I think that's also really interesting. People love to hear new ways to look at themselves, especially positive ones. Number two, the cuteness in her nerdiness. Taylor Swift is a nerd. She's very funny and she looks beautiful, but like at her core, nerdy. Not someone who's like the coolest person at a party, but she is because she's so comfortable with her nerdiness. And you also want to be next to her because you don't feel judged. And so what is her nerdiness? Is it her books? Is it her editing? Is it paper, her pens, her love for collecting things? What is it? And if you can find the one that she talks about the least but does the most, chef's kiss. Which poet would have written her personality? If you don't know any poets, shame on you, but which songwriter would have written her personality, or which director would have directed her personality? You want the love letter, yes, it's focused on them, but you want it to be authentic and honest. So if you don't write poetry, if you don't read poetry, don't make it a poet. Don't ever even just, not actively lie, but even just add stuff that's not true. Don't call a positive person positive, don't call a negative person positive. Don't lie, because people know themselves pretty well, and if they read it to somebody else and then they're like, that's not you. The thing with a lie is, if you lie once, everything is now under scrutiny of it being a lie. So don't do it in love letters, especially. Also in life, but we're talking about love letters. Which painter would have painted her face? I think that's really cute. If you don't know a painter, which photographer or videographer? If you don't know any of those, think of your favorite movie and then, or you think of a magazine. Okay. One weird quirk. What is one really weird quirk about her? For Taylor Swift specifically, I really love this. I think it's so entertaining. It's her hands. You need to pay attention to Taylor Swift's hand movements. It feels very ballerina-esque. It feels very pointed. I can't recreate it. I've tried. I think it's so cool. Everyone usually has something like that. Some people have the way they drink from their Stanley. And I'm like obsessed with the way they drink from their Stanley. I'm obsessed with the way Taylor Swift does that. Some people have the way they rearrange their hair. Some people's rearrangement of hair, I'm like, I'm in love, even though I don't even like women. I'm like, what's this? Because it's so authentic, it's so them, it's so pointed, it's the mini calculations of their personality being played out in their hand. And I think part of why the hand is so important, because she writes, because she plays, because this, and so this hand movement, even when it's not associated to guitar or piano or writing, is so powerful and interesting. You should pay attention. Pay attention to the next interview you see. Look at the way her hands move. I think it's very interesting. So you need to find something like that about the person you like. Can they drink half a liter of water really quickly? Do they have the nervous tick of moving their leg? Do they move their arm? Do they breathe loud? There's people who breathe out of proportionately loud. Or are they very nervous? Are they very shy? And what type of shy? Are they actually shy where they won't speak and they won't ask questions? Or are they kind of interviewing everyone because they're too shy to actually introduce themselves? So you need to really get to know somebody, which you should know anyways. Okay. And positivity. What does positivity mean? If you're writing a love letter for someone like Taylor Swift, I think this is something I always get super surprised by in interviews of her. She's positive. All of her songs are like, I'm heartbroken and sad. But then in interviews, she's praising everyone. She's really happy with everyone. She's positive. Sure, is that her all the time? Probably not. Nobody's positive all the time. But I think because, my theory, obviously not fact, I think because she has the sad outlet of writing, she gets to be so positive. And there's a childishness to art where you need the happy to be sad, which is a concept I've talked about a lot, and I won't retouch on here. But what is their thing? Are they positive or are they negative? Are they positive in one area or are they negative in all areas? You just have to really get to know them. Just to wrap it up, the point of a love letter is to make someone feel seen. It's not to lie. It's not to make them seem perfect. Nobody's perfect. And if you make them think they're perfect, you make them think of nothing. That's not them. It's a nice list of compliments. So the point of a love letter is to see someone. If you have another type of archetype, I guess, of personality you want me to give you some tips on how to write about, anywhere from anything, just let me know in the comments. And if you do end up writing that love letter, good luck, and I hope it goes well, and I hope to